is my second time having to film this, so had to have some energy. Anyways, in my last video of this Whatnot Hacks series episode, we talked about giveaways, but we talked about them more from like a business standpoint, kind of more like how to actually use them to increase sales and to grow your Whatnot business. We talked about like when it makes sense to actually run them and how to be intentional with them, and even how you can construct different giveaway tiers depending on what kind of show you're running. But this video is a little bonus video. This is about the actual logistics, like the nuts and bolts, the how to and the what not to do. And I'm gonna have a couple of gate-kept giveaway hacks that might change the game for you. Well, giveaways on Whatnot are not at all hard to set up. There are definitely a few rules and shipping quirks and a few things that can cost you money if you don't understand how they work. So if you're completely brand new to Whatnot, I would definitely recommend watching the first 2 episodes of this series first. But if you're just looking for a basic logistics lesson on giveaways and also you want to hear about the giveaway hacks, then keep watching. Also, if you enjoy reselling content, please subscribe because that is what this channel is all about. Let's get started. To get us started off on the right foot, if you don't know, there are 3 different types of giveaways. You have a standard giveaway, followers only giveaway, and a buyer appreciation giveaway. The standard giveaway is just a giveaway that anybody can enter as long as they're in your stream and they're eligible by Whatnot's standards. Follower only giveaway is basically the same thing, except the viewer must be following you. And then the buyer appreciation giveaway is meant for people who purchase something during your live stream, with one very important catch, which I'll get to later in the video. There's actually a couple of different ways you can set up a giveaway. You can do it from scratch, or you can actually turn any of the items in your shop into a giveaway item. Here's how to do both. The first thing you're gonna do is tap into your next live show. You're gonna tap into your shop on the bottom right-hand corner, and then you're gonna tap the word giveaway on that bar that's on the top. Next, you're gonna tap the little yellow plus sign on the bottom right. And now here's where you can decide whether you want to start the listing from scratch, or you can grab something from your inventory here. And for some odd reason, for me personally, when I select this, it shows me that there's nothing in my inventory. And I don't know if that is a glitch that's just something that's I'm experiencing, but I don't use it anyways. I start all of my giveaways from scratch. So I'm gonna walk you through this, and then I'll show you another way that you can actually import it from your inventory, just in case you're having the same problem that I'm having. Okay, I choose to create a quality listing instead of a temporary listing because it includes a photo, and I think that that makes it fun. Next, you're gonna add a photo, and one of the rules here is that the photo is supposed to be of the item itself. However, this is one of those rules that aren't really enforced, especially for smaller sellers. Personally, I choose to create like a cute little AI generated version of the item with kind of a little graphic and a little phrase attached to it, but I've seen people do photos of their dogs or photos of their faces or memes or literally anything else. And if you want to be extra safe, take a picture of the item itself. But again, this is just one of those things that I've never seen anyone truly get in trouble for. I think the item title and the description matter more than the photo, but I also wouldn't take a photo of like an iPad and then give away stickers or something like that. Just use common sense here. Next, you're gonna choose the appropriate category, and if none quite fit, just choose other, but don't choose something that doesn't make sense. You're gonna add an accurate title and a relatively detailed description. You're gonna decide what type of giveaway you want it to be, whether it's standard, followers only, or a buyer appreciation giveaway. And then you're gonna toggle on or off international shipping. Now this is up to you, but in most cases, you're gonna pay more if an international viewer wins the giveaway. I choose to keep it off because all of my buyers are in the US anyways. And I also think it's fair to mention here that this is actually kind of the only thing that you have any control over when it comes to your giveaway, other than choosing what the item actually is, which actually also has its limitations, which we'll get to that later. All right, next you're gonna pick the appropriate shipping profile. And I need to pause here too, because this part is really important. Do not just guess and over or underestimate. Get a shipping scale, you're gonna need one for this business anyways, and weigh the item. I think you would truly be surprised how light some items actually are. Take these little pill cases, for example, I started giving away in my shows. They're shaped like little macarons. Aren't they cute? I thought for sure that these were gonna be over 3 ounces, but I put them on my scale and they were literally less than half an ounce. When it comes to shipping anything under 1 pound, you're gonna pay based on how much it weighs and how far it's going, and that's gonna vary by a lot. but why not make sure that it is in the lighter category? You might save a few cents if you actually weigh your item instead of overestimating. Now, there is a way you can send giveaways and have it be the exact same amount of shipping every time, and that is one of the giveaway hacks, and I'll get to that after this part. Now, if it's between 1 and 5 pounds, you're gonna pay $9.21 regardless, and if you pay over 5 pounds, that's gonna be varied based on, again, how heavy it is and where it's going. I would not recommend giving away something that's more than 5 pounds if you're a beginner seller. That's a lot to pay for a free item, and that doesn't even count the cost of goods or the shipping materials. Anyways, next you're gonna tap publish, and then when your show is live, you'll be able to tap on that little icon that says run giveaway, and that will start your giveaway. Now, if you don't want to create your giveaway from scratch and you just want to use an item you already have in your inventory, go to your shop and select the 3 dots next to the desired item, tap edit listing, scroll down to pricing, and switch it to giveaway and save changes. Now that item will also appear in your giveaway. All right, one little interesting quirk I need to mention here is the Whatnot help page directly states that you can copy giveaways from previous live streams. As in, if I did giveaways for these little macaroon pill holders, I should be able to go back to a previous live stream and copy those giveaways and apply it to my next live stream. But this is actually contradictory and untrue. The only items that you can copy from other shows are buy it now items and auction items. And I actually reached out to Whatnot to confirm that this was true. And they came back and said, yes, it's true, apologized for the inconvenience. I requested that they change that in their help page, and I also requested that they come up with a way to copy giveaways because it takes so much time every single day to have to add all my giveaways in. And time is money when you're in this business. So thank you to Whatnot for taking my request into consideration. All right, now for the juicy stuff, the 78-cent giveaway trick. You probably saw this in the thumbnail of my video. The absolute lowest price you can pay to ship a giveaway right now is 78 cents. And I would use this to your advantage. How is this possible? Well, because anything that is shipped in the US via first class mail letter and is less than 1/4 inch thick and is between 0 and 1 ounce ships for 74 cents in the US right now. It's March 2026 as I'm filming this. The extra 4 cents is what you pay to Whatnot as a fee. Do you know how many things fit into this category? A lot. Take your pick. And most of it costs under $1. Just some examples of things that I've sent and received using this giveaway method: bookmarks, air fresheners, face masks, stickers, temporary tattoos, playing cards, trading cards, postcards, gift cards, nail stickers, just so many things. And that's just a tiny list. When it comes to this little Whatnot life hack, I've seen it all. And I've even seen people try to gatekeep this life hack behind a paywall, which is really stupid and unnecessary in my opinion. There's room at the table for everyone, so gather around folks. I'm about to walk you step by step through how to set up a 78-cent giveaway. First, you're gonna go back into your next scheduled show, and then you're gonna click more on the right hand side. And I apologize, my thumbnail makes that button really hard to see, but it's on the right hand side with the 3 dots. Tap edit show with the little pencil on the top right of the screen that pops up. And then you're gonna scroll down to shipping settings and tap see more options. And then you're gonna tap domestic shipments. At the very top, the option is eligible shipments under 3 ounces, and then it says USPS first class mail letter. You're gonna toggle that on, click save, and then click update. And then next, you're gonna create the giveaway again. So as you know, tap into your shop, click giveaway, click the plus button on the bottom right, and I'm gonna choose quality listing again. I'm gonna choose a photo, and this is the next most important part. You are going to put this in the stickers category. Then continue on as normal, filling out the title and description. And then you're going to select the 0 to 1 ounce shipping profile. And then you're going to tap publish. Now your show is set up so that when somebody wins this giveaway, it's only going to cost you 78 cents to ship it anyways. And if somebody wins this giveaway and then doesn't buy anything else or win any other giveaways during your show, Whatnot, instead of sending you a full shipping label, is going to send you a little label that has your return address plus the buyer's address or the winner's address. and then it's gonna have what kind of looks like a stamp on the top, and it's gonna say 78 cents. And then you just put it on a standard size envelope, and that's it. You don't need a stamp or anything. You just use that label, and you can use your 4x6 thermal label, or you can print it off on a regular printer. It really doesn't matter. You just have to make sure it's adhered to the front of the envelope. It's not at all a difficult thing to do, but it does have those 3 crucial elements. You must have first class mail letter toggled on in your settings for your show. It has to be in the stickers category, and it has to be set to 0 to 1 ounce shipping profile. Most people, including myself, are gonna miss one of these 3 elements the first time they try to do this. For me, it was the stickers category. For some reason, I just kept forgetting to do that. And it costs you significantly more if you screw one of these things up. So just remember those 3 crucial elements. And I'm gonna say this again, use this to your advantage. But I do need to bring up gift cards really quickly. The lowest price gift card most people can obtain is $5. For a new seller, that's a very high cost of goods for a standard or follower only giveaway. Use this sparingly or for a buyer's giveaway, because as you just heard, you can send very cool and useful things at under $1 cost of goods. I know the idea of just shipping off 78-cent envelopes with $5 gift cards inside sounds great in theory, but it's going to cost you a lot in the end. Just slow down. All right, there is another giveaway hack that is worth talking about, and that is the shipping discount giveaway. So here's an interesting thing you might not have thought of when it comes to the expense of shipping a giveaway. I've often looked at my shipping charges on my Whatnot orders page and been really confused as to why I'm sometimes being charged for shipping a giveaway and sometimes it says $0. I thought that the seller was 100% responsible for paying the shipping price for the giveaway. And actually, that's technically not right. So just as an example, let's say that I run a typical one of my shows where it's really rare for a buyer to go over 5 pounds when they're buying anything from me, and I sell jewelry, so that makes sense. If my buyer has purchased literally only 2 rings from me, they're already paying $9.21 shipping, which is the maximum that they'll actually spend for shipping in my show. Now, let's say they win a giveaway. And just to make it easier, let's say that they win a 78-cent giveaway. Do you think that I pay that 78 cents, or do you think the buyer pays that 78 cents? Well, this is a trick question because the answer is kind of neither. Their whole package isn't going to cost more than $9.21 to ship, even with the giveaway added. And the buyer's card has already been charged that $9.21. And just because they won the giveaway doesn't mean that Whatnot is going to refund them that 74 cents and take it out of my pocket. They just leave it as is. So if you get lucky, someone who's already purchased from your live stream will win the giveaway, and you either will pay discounted shipping or none at all for your giveaway item. Obviously, it's going to vary. So here's where the hack comes in. Let's reverse this. If a viewer wins a giveaway, let's again, just to make things easy, let's say it's the 78-cent giveaway, and then they choose to buy more items after winning, you pay that 78-cent shipping charge, and they will get a 74-cent shipping discount. This is a little quirk that I've not heard many sellers talk about, and it's another thing that you can use to your advantage. You can tell your viewers, hey guys, if you win this giveaway, not only am I going to send you a free item, but you will also get a shipping discount if you choose to purchase from my live stream today. Keep in mind though that the shipping discount isn't the giveaway. You still have to send them a physical item, but it is an incentive for the winner to feel like they can buy something afterwards and get a discount on their shipping overall. And before you ask, no, it's not against the rules as long as you still send a physical item. And speaking of the rules, that's what we're going to talk about next. This is a hot topic right now in the Whatnot community, and also where a lot of new sellers and even some seasoned sellers get tripped up. Firstly, if you want somebody's purchase to qualify them for a buyer's giveaway, that purchase has to happen after the giveaway has been created. So if you want to run a buyer's giveaway at any time, but you want everyone who has purchased during your live stream to be eligible to enter, you need to create that giveaway either before you start your show or before you start running any items. How did I learn this the hard way? I forgot to even create the buyer's giveaway. I made it all the way to the end of my show and I was like, oh crap, I forgot to make it. So then I made the buyer's giveaway and nobody could enter it. And I was like, WTF? And it's a rule. So Don't forget to do it. Okay, secondly, and this is the hottest, spiciest topic right now in the US, there are actual laws surrounding buyer's giveaways that must be followed. It's not Whatnot making up these rules. Whatnot has to comply with the laws and ensure that their users know how to follow them. The most controversial one is that anybody can actually enter a buyer's giveaway, whether they've purchased something or not. I touched on this briefly in episode 2, but viewers can fill out a form to be eligible, which is already built into the app, so you don't have to worry about providing it. And I'm not even going to say how to do it because I'm not required to do so in this video. However, you are required as a Whatnot seller to comply with this rule. Otherwise, you could either lose your ability to run giveaways or you could lose your account altogether. The rules on setting up the buyer's giveaway to reflect this law are kind of vague. It states that you are required to provide the rules, which are already on the app, built into the app. And then when you go to the little portion on your buyer's giveaway listing where you can enter something, it says that it's optional. I've seen varying opinions all over the internet about what you're supposed to enter in this slot, if at all. And personally, I don't have any answers to this because this is, again, one of those little things that contradicts itself in Whatnot's help section. Personally, I don't enter anything because it says it's optional. So there's some more rules here that actually matter that you might not be aware of. And these are all located on Whatnot's help pages, but I feel the need to mention them here, almost feeling like I have an obligation to do so. Here's a handful that you might not have known about. You must show or tell your audience what the giveaway item is. And this goes for standard or followers giveaways too, not just the buyer's giveaway. This is one of those rules that doesn't typically get enforced unless someone's being like intentionally fishy, but if you want to be extra safe, just show the item for a couple of seconds or explain what it is. Why risk getting in trouble? It's not that hard to do. The next one, and this one kind of surprised me a little bit, you can give away a surprise product. So those mystery box things, that kind of thing, but the item has to remain on the screen throughout the duration of the giveaway until it is opened. The next one is, this might seem like an obvious one, but it's happened to me before. You are absolutely required to ship the item to whomever wins. It doesn't matter if they were a follower, it doesn't matter if they were a form filler, or if it was someone you really don't like, or if it was somebody that trolled you during your show. You still have to send that giveaway item. And I had somebody do this to me. I won the buyer's giveaway in somebody's show, and they messaged me and told me that I didn't win the buyer's giveaway because their friend didn't have a chance to enter it. And I ended up getting a refund through Whatnot for that because that was total bull. On top of that, you cannot downgrade or change the giveaway based on who won. You cannot decide that a buyer gets a better prize and a non-buyer gets a weaker one. You are also still required to ship the item in 2 days, just like all of your other orders. And you cannot offer a prize that is to be redeemed in a future stream. So this is one that I was not aware of either, and I've heard of people doing this, and this is actually against the rules. Your giveaway cannot be a coupon that they can redeem in a future stream. It has to be redeemable within the stream that they are currently in. And I'm not really sure how you could make that work because you still have to send a physical item. So even if somebody won and you decided to do a coupon that was redeemable for that stream and you sent them a message with the coupon code or something, you still have to physically send them something in the mail. So, and last but not least, this might seem like an obvious one, but you cannot send prohibited items. And again, seems like an obvious one, but I implore you to check the list of items you cannot send because there are some in there that are not as obvious. There are certain cosmetic products you can't send. There are certain plants you cannot send. You can't send counterfeit items. You can't send things that have any sort of like hate speech or anything on them. It doesn't matter what your political opinion is. You're like not allowed to do that. Okay, so that was a long list of like things you can't do. Here's a couple of things that you can and should do and should use to your advantage as a seller. We talked about this in episode 2, but you are fully allowed to promote promote your giveaway as often and as loudly as you'd like. You can promote it during the show, you can talk about your giveaway before the show, you can put what you're giving away in the thumbnail, and you're allowed to use giveaways like a milestone target. Again, we talked about these in episode 2, but every 10 sales is when I do my giveaway, and you are allowed to do that. The other one is you may also do sponsored giveaways, and I was actually a little bit surprised about this one as well, that there's not actually a lot of rules revolving sponsored giveaways. As long as it follows all the other rules, you're fine. But basically that means the item that you're giving away is sponsored by another seller or by a viewer or something like that. And I've seen a lot of people do this where somebody pays to sponsor a giveaway, and then what they get in return is they shout the seller out during their show, and then maybe the seller will get more followers or something like that. That is allowed. So overall, giveaways are actually pretty simple. Once you understand all of the moving pieces, know which giveaway type you're using, set them up before your show starts, keep your shipping weight accurate, always assume that the seller is paying the shipping for the giveaways, keep the item lightweight if you want to save money, disclose the prize entirely, and don't get cute with the rules, because some of this is not just whatnot, some of it crosses into legal territory too. Now, this bonus video was very intentionally a quicker one, and I hope it was helpful to you as I continue to attempt pumping out these Whatnot Hacks videos. I did experience an error. This video was supposed to be posted a week ago. I fully filmed it, and then my iPhone decided to basically make it so that the video exists but doesn't exist, and I actually ended up having to buy a new phone, so which meant that I had to completely refilm it. But I typically come out with videos every 2 weeks, and I plan to keep that schedule. So if you're looking forward to the next Whatnot Hacks video, or if you're looking forward to an update on my reselling journey, please consider subscribing. I would love it if you hit the thumbs up like button and leave a comment down below and tell me the biggest struggle that you've had regarding giveaways on Whatnot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.